The Herald archetype is a ritual archetype that focuses on negating your opponent's anything, really. It's all light fairies. We're going to start with Diviner of the Herald. On normal special, it can add a fairy monster from your extra deck or deck to your graveyard, and then increase this card's level by that one's level. So you can send whatever you want around. And it also lets you, if this card is tributed, you can special summon a level 2 or lower fairy monster from your hand or deck, except copies of itself. So it lets you, if you ritual summon using it, you get more effects out of it, and makes it easier for you to ritual summon because it can increase its level. Then we have orange, green, and purple light. Each of these three heralds, you get to, during your opponent, if your opponent activates a card based on their color. For orange, it's monsters. For green, it's spells. And for purple, it's traps. Because that's the card border around each of the cards. Makes sense? I hope it does. As a quick effect, you can send this card and one of other fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard to negate it and destroy it. Again, each of them gets rid of one of the 3 card types. But it takes 2 of your cards to get rid of one of your opponents. However, if it's a card that's really important and makes it so your opponent will win the game if they use it, you might as well use it. Then we have Herald of Perfection. This is the perfect form out of all ritual monsters. It's a level 6 light fairy monster. Can use Divine of the Herald. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card, trap card, or monster effect, you can send one fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate it, and if you do, destroy it. As many times as you want, by the way. As a quick effect, you can negate pretty much anything. Well, I guess not spell or trap card effects. You cannot negate spell or trap card effects just through activation. There is a difference. We're gonna go over its ritual spell, which is you must use monsters from your hand or field whose total level equals exactly 6 to summon your Herald of Perfection. When Herald of Perfection is ritual summoned by this card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one monster in your graveyard that was tributed for that card summon, return to the hand. Which means if you use this one, you could use this effect to add a new monster to your field, to add it back to your hand. Unlike Herald of Ultimus, the ultimate Herald. But we already have the perfect Herald, so a level 12 Light Fairy takes a ritual spell that we're going to go over right after this. Then your opponent would special summon a monster, or activate a spell, / trap card, or a monster effect. Quick effect, you can send a fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy that card. It's pretty much the same as Perfection. However, Ultimus also negates summons. Its ritual spell is as basic as they come. However, your opponent can't activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. So it's a spell speed 4 ritual spell card. That's amazing. At least as amazing as you're gonna get for a monster that can negate pretty much anything. Let's move on to our extra deck. So we have Herald of the Arclight. During the main phase, any monster sent to the graveyard, sent from the hand or main deck to the graveyard, is banished instead. So it's a floodgate. So I guess that means this card should be banned immediately. When a spell card, trap card, or monster effect is activated, negate the effect, and you can tribute this card and negate and destroy it. Oh, it's an Omni negate? I guess this should all be banned because of that. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a ritual monster or ritual spell from your deck to your hand. Oh, you can add cards from your deck to your hand. It should be banned because of that. 3 different effects that are all ban worthy. Just add 3. No big deal. It's mainly because it's a I can't think of the last time someone played this card. Except with what is it called? Except for Yang Zing, which can use its cards to get out this one, which in turn gives you 2 negates easily, a floodgate And that's about it. Anyway, we'll move on to our next card. Oh, and it being sent to the graveyard, remember, sent to the graveyard. Now that we have figured that out, Herald of Purple Light? Pure Light. Oh, I misread that. Pure Light. Takes 2 level 2 monsters. You can discharge 1 material from this card, then target 1 monster in the graveyard. Add it to your hand. Then shuffle 1 card from your hand into the deck. You can only use that effect once per turn. I'm going to show you something really cool. Each of these, the colored heralds have 3,500. 300, 500 for their stats. This guy has 600, 1,000, double, and takes 2 of them. That's really neat. Is it effect good? Let's see. Do you want to discharge material just to be able to add a card back to your hand? Probably not. Oh, anyway, time for our lake monster. Herald of Majestic Light. 2 monsters with the same type and attribute, except tokens. When a spell, card, or effect is activated, quick effect, you can send 1 card from one fairy monster. You can send 1 fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard. Negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. It's not as good as an Omni-Negate, but it can negate most cards, 3/4, 2/3 of the card pool. If this card in your possession is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, gross. You can add up to 2 ritual monsters and or spells from your deck to your hand. It has to be sent to the graveyard by your opponent. And this card was released in 2019. Unlike our Arclight, which was 2014, I feel like they already knew what they were doing, but they just didn't want to be as strong. I think, yeah, it's the newest card in the whole entire archetype, and it's only half good. And the half good part about it is, I don't know, I guess it has good arrows. It's easy. No, it's not that easy to summon. So the archetype, it might seem like it doesn't have consistency, but you're not playing it on its own. You're playing with ritual support decks. So you'll be able to use those cards to make, let's say, I don't know, a nigh infinite amount of negates with your ritual monsters. And that's the problem with it. It's a nigh infinite amount of negates. That's super annoying. It's pretty hard to get around. And I've played against it, and it's really, really does suck to play against. Because you just think, what am I supposed to do? Just sit here and try to activate cards? My opponent has 7 cards in hand, meaning I have to get through 7 negates. And then whenever their turn comes back around, because they're not getting through 7 negates, they still have tons of cards in hands to beat you up with. So the deck is definitely annoying, but, however, it's not the easiest to set up. You need to somehow find 12 material. Or Drytron, 1 Drytron monster. What else would do it? Yeah. Well, anyway, I think that's it for this video. If you liked it, top tap the subscribe button, and you're only missing 1 piece of Exodia. And you come on, you can do it. Ah, man, that was Arch Nemesis Protoss. That's the first card that came to mind. I don't know why either. Bye.